Welcome back to Billins World.
What's up, YouTube? Season 4. Today's episode, we're going to revisit the 2015 release, Big Sean, Dark Sky Paradise.
Um, Before I talk about this album,
Hit
right,
'em.
you get into this. So let's start like how we always do, right? First track off this joint is Dark Sky. How'd you feel?
Well, I was, as an intro, I was impressed, and I felt that, I went back and, because it says revisited and everything. I feel this intro could have also probably been the outro as well, but hey, if that makes any sense, because it's like rapping on somebody, he running out of breath and everything, but towards the end of the track and just, on a personal introspective level, that's why, I'm a fan of this album and I chose to bring it to the show. So yeah.
Okay. Um, I'm not too fond of track one. Blessings, featuring Drake.
Yes, man, a smash hit. Your mother, your grandmother would like this song and everything. Timeless record, and it was big, real big hit. Not the best song on the album,
Yeah,
listen, you know what I mean?
I don't think it's one of those.
But
Now this next song though, I love this beat and I love this song. All Your Faults, featuring the one and only Kanye West.
man, Kanye, and also Travis Scott, man. Let's not forget that's Travis Scott and the ad libs. There's certain parts of the straight up.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah, for sure, yeah.
that's my little impression and shit. Like, and I'm low key a fan of the Travis Scott ad libs and shit like that. Even like he don't got spit a verse and he could let his make his presence be felt. I fuck with this song definitely, man. Man, let's not forget. Oh, how can I not forget the Kanye line with the girls act like it's diamonds in their coochie.
till this day, till this day. I don't fuck with you featuring E40. Shout out to the Bay Area. I fuck with this song, even though it's a commercial song. I fuck with it.
Yes, I got to see this. Well, around this time this album dropped, I got to see most of the songs on this album perform because perform live and everything out here in hometown Jersey, MetLife Stadium, and this was one of them. I don't know. I'm not sure if he brought out E40 though. I don't know if he. But shout out to the legend 40 Water. And this is like a random collab, but it worked and everything with the DJ Mustard beat. DJ Mustard being really in his prime and everything at that point. Like how Swiss was in '99. But yeah,
I fuck with this track. My one of my favorite tracks off this album, which is next. I actually rapped on this beat too on one of my mixtapes. Play No Games, featuring Chris Brown, is one of my favorite songs because it's a. I love Ty Dolla $ign. I love the music that he makes, and I love the music that probably fell from up there. That Chris Brown makes. I'm a fan of their music, but I'm a bigger fan of the sample that was used on this track because it was a guy sample that it was that they flipped. How do you feel about Play No Games?
man. Despite being a fan of the sample as well and the Ty Dolla $ign, I mean, even since I heard him on Paranoid, I put a lot of people on the Paranoid.
We gotta do him one day because he's fucking fire. Shout out to Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh,
he's fire.
Um,
He's fire.
but I'm not too fond of this song. I gotta be real. It's like the radio hit. They had the video with the Martin inspiration. And
Yeah,
shit.
I like the video too.
But I respect it. But me, it was like, next. Like,
Paradise gives me that next feeling that you got about Play No Games. I'm not really a big fan of the song.
what?
Yeah,
This was like some straight like workout anthem. I believe that had Mike Will made it on production.
Yeah, the beat's
And
hard though. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong, the beat is hard, but I'm not a fan of the
another
song.
one I was blessed to see on the live performance. If you know, you know. Billings World. Like, comment, subscribe. Take your fucking nutty professor finger. Hit that fucking bell, man. Worldwide, all over. I see y'all. Respect to everybody, all my subscribers, everybody listening across the map, across the globe.
Win some, lose some. Not a fan of this one either.
Ooh, pretty decent track.
Stay down.
Hey man, don't we all know that? Stay down till you come up. But yeah, another fair one right
Yeah,
there.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah,
I know featuring Gene Aiko. Not a fan of this one either. Keep it real.
Gene Aiko.
Yeah.
I fucked with this song. I gotta be real. Like smoke a little L, sip a little Henny.
After this shit, this
Everything in the
album
beat,
pretty much
yeah.
starts going like towards like the more popish type of way. Like, well, after the deep song with Lil Wayne, like,
Wasn't too fond of that one, but I respect because this life shit does get deep. You
mm,
know what I mean? So maybe I could have just appreciated it more. This album is about 7 years old.
this is one of the most annoying songs I've ever listened to in my life, but it has a great message behind it. But one man can change the world.
Yeah, with Kanye and John Legend.
Yeah, it's just kind of annoying, but it's a great it's a good message behind the song and shit like that. But it's not one of them songs that I could listen to like over and over again.
I have to agree.
Like
You know, like I said, this is one of them tracks like similar to how we play. Not to compare the songs, but we play no games with a whole lack of respect and everything. And I believe that might have been a shout to his grandmother on that track. Shout out to the grandma as well as worldwide.
word, shout out to Big Sean's grandma.
Yeah.
Track 12 is the outro, so we're not gonna tap too much into that. 13. Now we're going into the bonus area. Deserve It by Party Next Door. How do you feel about that?
Man, it probably had to grow on me, but it's I say it's cool.
I'm not too fond of it, but I am fond of Research though, with
Oh
Ariana Grande.
man, I am.
And if you peep, this nigga had both his chicks on this fucking album. He had Aiko and Grande on this shit. Like,
Well, I believe at this time, Big Sean's chick was Ariana, so he wasn't. You know what I mean? But you could see Aiko was in the cut, so before She Ain't Need You. But yeah.
and then the last track on the album. This is the deluxe version, by the way. Platinum and Wood.
We'll rewind. But as far as with the previous track, because I didn't get to say more of my part on that with the research, man, it was one of those like first listen, I'm like skip, but then going back listening to this joint, like I fuck with the production. I ain't gonna front.
That song hard as fuck.
You know what I mean? But I felt like maybe the hook could have went like a little maybe harder or something. But the production wise, like the beat would all, because I believe that was Mike Will made it.
The hook is actually what made me like this song.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the singing that Ariana Grande doing with on the way she hitting the notes in the pockets on the beat. Like when it starts off, she's going oh, like she's doing it with the instrument in the background type shit.
Yeah.
So I could appreciate the artwork behind it. Platinum and Wood, not too fond of it.
I was impressed by it. I think it was a nice way to close out the album, deluxe or whatever version. But I feel that's a good way to close out the album. Even
Shout out to Detroit too. I don't have nothing against Detroit. First of all,
Detroit Rock City.
Um,
And I have to add in that I wasn't even the biggest Big Sean fan, but with this album drop, man, life was very good at that point in time, and I can reflect on how like damn, I was like this guy really stepped it up, and I was impressed. Despite the little bumps, whatever. I wouldn't even say classic. This is though revisited episode, but I gotta give credit when credit's due. I'm impressed by the performance on Big Sean's Dark Sky Paradise, Villains World. You dig?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. And we was talking about this shit earlier. Um, Fucking, Big Sean. I feel like Big Sean's mixtapes are better than his album and shit like that. But it's a lot. It's like that with a lot of artists because when they start signing these major deals, believe it or not, the record label got more control over the music that they put out than they do themselves. The
Yeah.
mixtapes are more independent, so you hear more of the artistry from the artists on the mixtapes. I feel like he was better mixtape artist for sure. I guess we gotta, because I still count the mixtapes as albums, but I'm looking at it through an artist aspect. You know what I'm saying? So, but okay, so let's get into the even though this isn't classic or tragic, this is just a
Oh, it's revisited.
revisited thing. We're still gonna give the rating on the album though. So, what do you give? Um, what do you give the album from a 1 to 10 rating?
Hey, 7.5 out of 8. 7.58. Yeah, man. Whatever.
Production wise, I'm gonna give it an 8. Overall, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Respectfully.
Um, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's a little more poppy and shit. But to each his own.
I feel the album was, had some diversity. It was probably, definitely a complete joint, introspective type shit, and hey.
HitMyLineAccessories.com, JiggyMafia.com. Make sure to check us out on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and etc. Billins World. We'll see you guys next weekend.